Attention! Attention! And now we welcome to the grand trivia stage our great leader, our Grand Aquarium Emperor, the trivia master of this age, the past age, the upcoming age, and ages unknown. Please welcome Grand Trivia Master Fluval. Oh, that was a bad noise. Sorry, Master. Let's try again. Fluval. Oh, that's not so. We must find the noise to pay tribute to all 5 dimensions you hold in your control. Yes, the fake trumpet for Fluval.
There. Welcome. Well, I was just about to read this traditional Christmas Eve poem to all my interns. It's got action and adventure and magic. Would you like to join us? Oh, amazing. Just take a seat on the story circle and I'll get started with "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the station no creature was streaming, no seal nor cetacean. Our broadcast would be piercing the veil with care and knowledge that viewers soon would be there. But Fluval was teasing the studio cat while I rested my brain in the intern brain vat. When outside the airlock arose such a clatter, I sprang from my vat to see what was the matter. Away to the view screen, I flew like a flash, screaming for interns with threats of a lash. When what to my wondering eyes did appear but a penis-shaped ship and a small profiteer. I halted the interns preparing torpedoes, cause I knew in that moment it must be Jeff Bezos. More rapid than FedEx, his companies came. He whistled and shouted and called them by name. On Zappos, on Goodreads, on Whole Foods, on Echo, on Twitch and Alexa, on Ring and Prime Video, on Audible, Kindle, A-Books and Blee, on PillPack.com and IMDb. As I waited at the airlock surrounded by lackeys, in popped Jeff Bezos in dress shirt and khakis. He was bald and was rich, this worker extorter, with informant drones to hear union supporters. With a wink of an eye and a few little shakes, he fired all the interns who took bathroom breaks. Then he spoke not a word but went straight to his work. Stole viewer data with a satisfied smirk. Then laying a finger aside of his phone, he was instantly beamed into one of his homes. But I heard him exclaim as he phased out of sight, "Happy Prime Day to all, and to all a good night."
Ho, 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 marry me.
Merry Fluval! Merry Fluval!
Marry me, I'm Fluval.
Merry Fluval. I wouldn't change a thing about Fluval either.
I
Steve
wouldn't
Hamill.
either. I am perfection.
Oh, did you like the segment that I put together? That's definitely going to get the network execs talking. Okay,
So
they
good.
have to because it was such a good segment. And I
Yes.
got all these interns.
And I, of course, should get all the credit because
Yes.
I'm the
Fluval.
genius behind anything you do.
Yes, Fluval is the genius behind it. But when they
Yes.
get together in the meeting, they're going to go, wow, that segment that intern Christy came up with and all of her interns that she got to make, all that really entertaining art. Wow, that intern Christy who works for Fluval. Who
For
works
me.
For Fluval.
Who works for me?
Fluval.
Don't forget that.
Right? Standing ovation. Claps. We just might have a special edition. We'll have to see what hats we have in order for you.
Ooh. Which side am I on?
Edition.
Which side am I on?
You do like this game enough to suggest it as a segment. Every time we talk about segments, it's a fun game, Fluval. Yeah, Fluval did a great
agree,
job.
Stephen Premel. My segment was No, we bring up that comment. I agree. My segment was fantastic. Fluvestivus.
Fluvestivus
For the rest of us. And you know what? I think you should celebrate Fluvestivus right now by going to Kahoot.
Fluvial, as some people were saying earlier.
Celebrate Fluvial by going to Kahoot.it or using the Kahoot app and enter room code 7610903 while I, of course, wait to my present.
Oh, of course.
I'm getting a present today.
We're waiting anxiously.
I've been a good little capitalist this holiday season.
Yes, Fluval's been the best little capitalist, and so we're waiting for Jeff Bezos.
Yes, Jeffy B, Uncle Jeff.
Jeffy B to hack our access codes, come in and leave Fluval a present.
Ooh, I'm so excited. I wonder what I'll get.
We wonder what you'll get from Jeff
From
Bezos.
old Uncle Jeff. But today I got Stephen Premel playing
Welcome,
this Kahoot.
Stephen
So welcome.
Premel.
Welcome, Ebenezer Fadson, or should I say, Humbug.
Fluval, do we have the bottles to leave out for Jeff Bezos?
Oh, shoot.
Have some cans.
You're right. We have to leave out the bottles
for his seasonal workers to piss in as they, they don't have time to stop over when they're giving out gifts to all of the good little capitalists.
It's the one day I'll indulge third-dimensional beings in their weird defecation practices.
I'll leave that out, I suppose. Ugh,
but here's Trojan Come Inside.
Welcome, Trojan Come Inside.
1B BB flag.
I love how you got Trojan Come Inside.
I love that we got
on Kahoot.
I'm very excited that we got a Trojan sponsorship today.
Yes.
Welcome, Trojan.
Welcome,
and Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos,
not Bezos.
Sorry, I got excited.
Oh, it's supposed to be a pirate flag, but Kahoot treats emoji by making them single color.
Welcome, Offbeat Santa.
Welcome, secular CBC. Of course, there is no single reason for this season except for me, Fluval, Grand Trivia Master of the Grand Aquarium Empire, and of course, Grand Emperor Aquion, who I am decanted from.
Of course. Yes, you are the reason, and we're just waiting on your present from Jeff Bezos.
And welcome Butterlog Tovin as well, and Hewlidays. Welcome Hewlidays, and a happy holidays to you as well.
Welcome.
You and yours here.
Yes, we. I also love cum jokes. It reminds me of Joel Pissman.
Big Joel Pissman energy.
He's on Planet Fuck, which we have yet to destroy.
Yeah, we have not destroyed Planet Fuck as of yet.
The Argyle, what was the part? What were you going to write?
I think they were Trojan Come Inside.
Trojan Come Inside what?
Trojan Come Inside. Knock, knock. Who's there? Trojan Come Inside who?
Big Joel Pissman, Energy, JPE.
JPE.
Festive-ish.
Trojan
Welcome.
Come Inside Mary is of Nazareth. The Virgin Mary.
Love that.
Festive-ish.
Festive-ish. And
Jeff Bezos.
Ooh, like that. Welcome, Mary Stepmiss.
Welcome, Mary Stepmiss.
Welcome.
Stepmiss.
Stepmiss. Stepmiss.
Mary Stepmiss, everyone.
Stepmiss. We only have one Jeff Bezos.
Yes, we lost Jeff Bezos.
But now it's Bezos, which might be the real best. It might be the real Jeff Bezos.
Is Bay, of course, as someone streaming on Twitch. Let me just say, Bezos is Bay. Come again.
Glad tidings.
Thank you, Step on Me Heron.
Good tidings.
Jingle all the wall.
Jingle all the wall.
seems like we're getting some new name alterations coming in. Jeff Bezos is back.
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Zapdos is also here. We have a legendary Pokemon and entrepreneur playing with us today. But I think we've given you quite a bit of time to join in, and you can still join while the game is underway, as can Jingle Walk Run.
And you better move fast, because if you don't, we will destroy your planet.
Oh, we'll be destroying a planet today,
just
for
as a
sure.
little gift, as a little Christmas gift.
It's the real meaning of the season.
Christmas gift, the true meaning of the season. Thank you so much, the Argyle. That is a perfect replica, actually, of Jeff Bezos' ship.
That's the one that William Shatner was on.
Yes.
Oh, don't you worry. All the artist names will be in the credits and will also be in the post at radiofreemultiverse.com about this episode when it's up there.
Yes, it's very important that those are published everywhere so that the network executives can remember to talk about me and my segment. Intern Christie's segment. I'm Intern Christie.
What kind of media conglomerate would we be if we didn't pay with exposure? So why don't we get our Kahoot started? Here we go in 3. It's also exposure to the cold as they get frostbite. But here we go in 3, 2, 1. Here comes your first question. Which of these is not one of Santa's reindeer? Dancer, Dasher, Dixon, or Donner? Not the party. But which of these is not one of Santa's reindeer?
You didn't know that holiday times were going to be a test, did you? Now I know you're all sitting there on da 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 da
da. Tenny, you got it right. It is Dixon. Traditionally, Santa's reindeer are Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen.
Blitzen, like the Blitz, like because it's like cold.
But by the way, here's a Fluval's fact fractal for you, an early fact fractal.
Okay, but quickly, I'm really excited about this telescope.
That is really neat.
It's going to tell us if the universe is expanding. Are you fucking kidding me? Is that true? Is that what I thought?
I already know the answer.
That's true. Fluval already knows the answer.
Anyway,
but I don't.
Donner is also known as Dunder and Donder, and Blitzen is also known as Blixen and Blixum.
But not Dixon.
Not Dixon, that's a city.
Oh.
Hey, ho, 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 Horde Jedi.
Oh, hey, ho, Horde Jedi.
Ho, 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 Horde Jedi.
That's what the season's all about. Horde.
Horde Jedi, everyone. Oh yeah. Also, it might be the real Horde this time. It's a Fluvalmas miracle. Fluvalmas, no. It's an Aquion Day miracle.
You should definitely show this to your parents.
Also,
show this to your parents and be like, these are the great beings. Specifically, Fluval is the great being to whom I devote my soul.
Yes, your parents should express their...
It's a board game.
Surely they'll express nothing but awe when they see me.
Surely. It's the greatest gift that you can give anyone.
Last time when you came in and said you couldn't be here, someone joined the Kahoot as the real Horde Jedi, but you had already said you couldn't be here.
And I was pretty sure it was the real you.
Yeah, we were pretty sure it was the real you, but you apparently had said you had said you couldn't, so I thought it was a tricksy
you're lying
day.
now.
Is this even Horde Jedi?
I think that fake Horde Jedi was real Horde Jedi, and that the Horde Jedi now is fake Horde Jedi.
But also, a Jedi Horde can contain multitudes. A Jedi Horde can be legion.
The real Horde Jedi doesn't have parents or a family. The real Horde Jedi emerged virginal, like a virgin birth from a kyber crystal.
Not only that, obviously, if a real Horde Jedi would have been raised in the temple away from your family.
That's true. That's true. We missed you too, Horde Jedi.
We missed you. Oh, the Argyle just watched the new Matrix, so please don't do this to their brain.
Oh,
it's a very good movie.
The new Matrix, of course. Lana Wachowski gave us like
spoilers,
a sneak preview.
No
because
spoilers, yeah.
We're in with the Wachowski sisters because, we produce reality by them.
Yes.
It's as reality was meant to be seen.
Yeah, we give all expenses
by the Wachowski sisters.
We give all expenses paid trips to the desert of the real.
Thank you so much. Lindsay has never seen the OG trilogy. Just finished. But that's fair. You can watch the newest one without watching the previous ones.
You know what you can also watch without seeing the first Matrix movies?
What?
Our leaderboard. Whoa, I know the answer to that question, said Ebenezer Fadson, as did Trojan Come Inside, Stephen Premmel, Mary Stepmiss, and Secular CBC.
Right?
But
I want to know what Lindsay thinks.
do you want to know how deep the rabbit hole goes?
I do. Oh my
You
God,
can
I do.
find out with this, our next question. Before he starred in Christmas cartoons, Frosty the Snowman made his debut in a song sung by which artist in 1950? Was that Bing Crosby, Burl Ives, Gene Autry, or Perry Como?
Frosty the Snowman was
a jolly merry soul. With a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal.
Which is actually like a really big beauty movement going on in Omicronius 5.
Well, thank you for joining us, Stephen Premmel.
Omicronius 5,
I'm
definitely.
glad that Lindsay made it possible for you to pop in here on trivia. But also, only one of you got that right. It was Gene Autry. He did this in 1950, and the previous year he sang Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
He had a very shiny nose.
He chose to do Frosty the Snowman because he wanted another holiday hit. He also sang Here Comes Santa Claus in 1947.
Stephen Premmel, that's inappropriate. That is inappropriate.
Oh,
Only Fluval can be prioritized above the Wachowski sisters.
Well, that's what-
and because this is Fluval and me, it cannot be put above
I have
the
no
Wachowskis.
problem with you stopping to another movie to watch
Life
this.
is inappropriate.
But Mary Stepmiss is the only one who got that right, so they are now
Good
in
job, Mary
first
Stepmiss.
place on our leaderboard.
Ooh.
And you know, the Wachowskis really popularized a lot of techniques in film history. I think that's fair to say, wouldn't you?
I'm also proud of you, LG.
Okay, don't answer my question.
I'm so sorry, Fluval. Did you say something?
Yes, I asked you a direct question and you just ignored it and responded to the Argyle.
I was too moved by this idea of them
Do you
yelling
think
at a
it's
priest.
fair to say that Wachowskis popularized things in the film medium?
Yes.
Well, our next question is also about someone who popularized things. Queen Victoria popularized which of these Christmas traditions in the English-speaking world? Decorating a Christmas tree, hanging mistletoe, leaving out milk and cookies for Santa, or midnight mass? And I don't mean the TV show.
What Christmas tradition or what fuel?
Which of these did what?
What flual?
What Aqueon
tradition?
Day? Just say Aqueon Day. It's fine.
What would you want? What do you want to be a tradition? What do you wanna popularize?
Blowing up planets.
Blowing up planets.
But
That's a
if
good
you knew
one.
it was decorating a Christmas tree. Queen Victoria popularized decorating a Christmas tree in England.
Yeah. Isn't that exciting?
Hanging a mistletoe is thought to have first been adopted by servants in England before spreading to the middle classes. That's a fun fact for you.
Once again, culture rises from the bottom, which is why we have so many interns.
And after we take a look at the leaderboard, we're going to get to see the engraving that helped popularize the tradition in jolly old England, Governor.
Jolly old England. I'm so classy in England.
You know who else is classy? Our leaderboard.
My English face.
I did. Secular CBC rose up to third. Butter Logtoven buttering their way up to fourth place. And Mary Stepmiss now has a streak with 3 correct answers in a row. I like that tradition, single walk run.
Classy in it.
Classy,
Do you like
isn't it?
my colonizer face?
Oh, wait. Show your colonizer face again.
I'm so classy, but just look at my team. I stole it from people. And now, and I still do that.
Here's Queen Victoria, the proto-influencer.
Stood and classy. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. That is an engraving, let me tell you.
The British began decorating Christmas trees when this engraving of the royal family celebrating Christmas at Windsor was published in 1848. Soon the tradition was adopted all through jolly old England. And Prince Albert also sent decorated Christmas trees to schools in Windsor and to local army barracks.
It looks like Poe. This looks like something out of Poe.
It does look like Poe.
And the Christmas tree said nevermore.
It is apparently Prince Albert.
Ooh, that's
A lot. Jigglypuff and stuff. Oh no, Bootleg Bart, a lot is going along in the border of this engraving. There's a whole lot there.
This whole scene is just carried by the engraving. It's not Poe because you can't drink it. Scary eyes, though. I want to come back to... Or Jedi, you're afraid of scary eyes?
You're afraid of scary eyes?
Are you afraid of scary eyes? Oh, I'm sorry. The sound effect came late because I need to punish.
Well, time is a lie,
that
so that's
particular,
okay. We live outside of time and space, so it didn't really come late.
Punish them really quick. Okay, I got the whole area. Okay.
You know who else liked punishment?
What?
The Puritans. Here's our next question. True or false? Christmas is an American staple now, but Massachusetts once banned it. Did Massachusetts, when it was a colony, ban Christmas? True or false?
And it was Pennsylvania.
What?
That Benjamin Franklin was from, right?
You should really know the answer to that.
William Penn was a Quaker, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I know that one of them was founded by Quakers, and it wasn't Massachusetts. Y'all are right! Oh my god!
Yeah, it was Pennsylvania.
That's what I was gonna say. Pennsylvania, probably wouldn't.
That's true. In 1653, the colony of Massachusetts declared, "Whosoever shall be found observing any such day as Christmas or the like, either by forbearing of labor, feasting, or any other way, was subject to a 5-shilling fine."
Did Puritans ban something that sounds remotely fun?
Yeah.
True.
That's
true.
Wait till you hear the Puritan policy on intergalactic game shows.
We did have to destroy them.
It's as disappointing as you would think. Also,
so many
I like that literally no one said false. So let's go to the leaderboard. Pretty static. All you got it right. That's not surprising.
Terry Claus.
I don't know who Terry Claus is.
Santa Claus's nephew.
Well, isn't that is that Fred Claus?
Fred Claus is his brother.
No, Fred Claus is his brother. Yeah, his brother who looks suspiciously like Vince Vaughn.
Is his nephew.
Boo, make Mike work.
Smokes weed. So yeah, he's a little bit like a black sheep of the family.
Oh, that does sound more fun.
Forbear this. Precisely. It's a fictional brown animal. Fictional Santa that wears brown animal skins and a blue beard and drinks shrooms. Oh, that's real.
That's not. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
fictional.
that's not a fake Terry Crews. That's what I thought you were talking
Terry
about.
Claus.
So I was making up
not
this
Terry
backstory.
Crews.
Well, Terry Crews also.
Oh, okay.
Terry Crews and Terry Claus. Terry Crews is Tim Cruise?
Terry Crews.
Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Terry Crews is their own. Wait.
Yeah, Terry Crews
Terry
is on
Crews,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Tom Cruise.
Yes.
And then there's the senator who's the Zodiac killer.
Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz. Okay.
Also, I'd just like to say, yes, Virginia, there is a Terry Claus. Let's go on to question number 5. Here we go. Question number 5. According to Icelandic folklore, the Yule Cat is a Christmas monster that eats people if they have been mean to animals, have been naughty, haven't received new clothes by Christmas Eve, or refuse to acknowledge Jesus Christ.
We all know how cats feel so strongly about Jesus.
Why would the Yule Cat come to eat you?
What would you set upon people that refuse to believe in you?
You.
Me?
Yeah,
you
have
would
to go.
send me Oh, I would kill them so good.
Yeah, you would have to go.
I would
take
torture
them
really hard.
Well, that's important.
I would teach them restrictive religions and force them to like self-monitor 24/7 so that they're trapped inside of this sort of false reality created by social pressure, like some sort of matrix.
That's clearly an effective means of inflicting suffering on human beings. But 5 of you got it right. It's haven't received new clothes before Christmas Eve. So
what did you guess, Premel? What was in your heart?
If you haven't gotten clothes by today, look out, Redactron. The Yule Cat's coming for you.
I like that this is a punishment based on something out of your control.
That's my favorite type of punishment.
Like, it depends on what other people buy you.
You can't avoid it at all unless you're lucky. Jeff Bezos refused to acknowledge this sentence in her pointing down again. But you know what we must acknowledge?
What?
Our leaderboard.
Yeah,
where Trojan
stores.
Come Inside is coming to second place. Ebenezer Fatson in third, Secular CBC in fourth. Stephen Premel up to fifth, but Mary Stepman is still holding on to first place.
That's right, it's Stueldio. My mouth figured it out. It figured it out. Stueldio. It's like a sort of upward motion with your tongue.
Stueldio. Stueldio.
Matrices. I like that. I like that better, though. Cats with sunglasses, yes.
Ooh, those are cool cats.
I'm just going to say
nature of reality.
That there's some, like, fantastic cat action in the new Matrix movie.
That's true. That's very true.
This is my non-spoiler review because Lana will actually murder me. She does have the power to do that. No one else can kill me except like Fluval and upper dimensional beings except for Lana.
Could.
So she's
gonna
kill me.
I can do?
She's gonna kill me with bullet time. It's gonna be nuts.
I can also.
I kind of want it to happen because it's going to look so spectacular and it's going to like revolutionize murder technology. But then I die.
And then you die.
And then I die. Right? What an honor. What an honor. Like, someone has to do it, you know? Might as well be me.
You know what I'd like to say?
Network execs aren't going to talk about my segments.
You know what I'd like to say while you're doing bullet time?
Yes.
I'd walk up to you and I'd say, dodge this next question. But this is a multi-select, folks. In addition to being Santa Claus, Saint Nick is the patron saint of which of these? Brewers, children, repentant thieves, or unmarried people? Which of these is a Saint Nick, Santa Claus himself?
Who are you, the
patron saint of? Planet destroying.
Yes, you are. What else, though?
Trivia.
Okay.
Quizzes, which is distinct but related. Factoids.
Factoids.
Let's see. You know, pop-up video?
Oh, video?
Pop-up video.
Oh, yeah.
Where just like trivia facts would pop up over a music video or a TV show. Yeah, I'm the patron saint of pop-up video. I'm the patron saint of Trivial Pursuit. I'm the patron saint of Jeopardy. But you know, old Saint Nick is the patron saint of all of these. And here's a fact fractal for ya. A misunderstanding of an odd medieval tale led to Saint Nick becoming the patron saint of children and brewers. The story describes how an evil butcher killed 3 children and cured their remains so that they could be sold as ham. Saint Nick came to the rescue after he was in town to help the hungry, because after realizing that the butcher was lying, he resurrected the pickled children from the dead, and due to the story's widespread fame in the Middle Ages, they just stopped showing the whole story and instead just showed Saint Nick with 3 naked children and a barrel at his feet. Over time, people forgot the story, and the images just led them to associate Nick with children and brewers. And we actually have an example of that art coming up after the leaderboard.
Saint Nick does have a Patreon.
Jingle Walk Run.
It's actually presents for your children for being good. It's no longer about being good. It's the $5 level.
He also had a subbable for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Oh, didn't we have a picture?
We do. It's after the leaderboard, though.
Okay.
But Jeff Zapdos, unsurprising because you have wings, but you're the highest climber up 3 places. And this is the patron saint of children and brewers.
Yeah. Don't you look at that picture and just think, I think that guy's the saint of children.
Also, don't you just look at that and go, I think that's Santa Claus.
You just look at that and you're like, that person definitely cares about the health and welfare of both children and beer.
Also, doesn't it really just look like forced perspective?
I don't trust that man with those children, and I don't trust that man with that beer.
And those children are balding, exactly, Jigglypuff and Stuff
Those
420.
balding children are naked in the beer, pissing in the beer.
Yeah, they do look like miniature balding adults, as Jigglypuff and Stuff 420 and Stephen Premmel both said. Speaking of things that make us uncomfortable, let's go to the next question.
Right, miss that.
In the modern image of Santa Claus is created by political cartoonist Thomas Nast in the late 1800s. In his work, Old Saint Nick supported which side during the American Civil War, the Confederacy or the Union? Which side did Old Santa Claus support in the Civil War despite not being an American citizen at all?
Pretty German. Y'all are scared. Y'all are scared.
North Pole resident Santa Claus weighed in on the Civil War on which side?
And the fact he does appear to own sentient beings.
3 of you got it right. It's the Union. Let's go to the leaderboard and then take a look at Nast's work. Not much change, but Ebenezer Fadson got it right and is closing in on Christmas.
I was wrong because I'm a pessimist.
In one early cartoon, Santa's fursuit was star-spangled and he held a toy effigy of Confederate President Jefferson Davis to make fun of him.
I feel like he wouldn't have become an advertising mogul if he had been associated with the Confederacy, do you think?
I hope so.
Or do you think they would have just forgotten it, like everything else bad the South did after the war?
Yes, I did say fursuit. And here they use Santa to Nast used Santa to criticize the U.S. government for not paying soldiers a fair wage, as Smithsonian Magazine said.
In what way is that him criticizing? That just looks like a fat man with toys.
Yeah, he does look smoked out in this one. That's true. Do you want me to show you? Okay, I can pull up the other one too. But
this isn't the one where he's criticizing the Senate.
No, this is the one where he's criticizing the Senate.
And where? In what way?
Because on his back isn't a sack full of toys. It's actually an army backpack from enlisted men. See?
Wow, subtle.
He's holding a dress sword and belt buckle to represent the army, whereas the toy horse is a callback to the Trojan horse, much like that cum that's been playing this game, symbolizing the treachery of the government. A pocket watch showing the time of 10 till midnight indicates that the U.S. Senate has little time left to give fair wages to the men of the Army and Navy. That's how. It also feels like this. So
okay.
Tell us
how you really feel. Like, actually tell us how you feel.
I think that cartoon is the origin of why now political cartoons label everything.
Like, we don't know actually how you feel. Like, please actually tell us.
We've also got another fact fractal for you. Nast also popularized the idea that the USPS can reach Santa in his workshop, and his cartoons also led the public to link Democrats with donkeys and Republicans with elephants. Do we want to take another look at the one where he's puppeting around an effigy of Jefferson Davis so I can highlight which one's Santa?
Yes.
Because it looks like that wasn't necessarily clear.
Once again, Nast not actually telling us how he really feels.
And so, yeah, I'll highlight Santa in his fursuit so everyone can see it.
What kind of fursuit do y'all think Santa would have? Reindeer?
Yeah.
Not like a snow bunny or something?
I think it'd be a reindeer, and I'll tell you, something would be glowing red, but it wouldn't be his nose. So Santa Claus is the one wearing a star-spangled suit with fur on it, handing out toys, it looks like, to people, and see, he's holding a effigy of Jefferson Davis right there.
Wow. I like how they're like, I'm going to do this incredibly intricate and layered illustration, but really it's political subversion.
Well,
and
see,
like most people who look at it aren't going to see that.
It also says Welcome Santa Claus in the background, so you know Santa's there.
Are we sure he's not the horse?
I mean, maybe he's a master of disguise.
I also think polar bear.
Oh, that's fair, Stephen Premmel. Assuming that an early American cartoon is racist is pretty much always a safe Yeah, no, Nast, I'm sure did a lot of work that is.
Nasty. Yeah.
But speaking of characters really popularized by advertising, let's go to the next question. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was first featured in a promotional book from which department store? Was that Gimbel's, Macy's, Montgomery Ward's, or Sears? Rudolph is, of course, the red-nosed reindeer who only stopped being bullied due to happenstance. If it had stayed foggy that night, those reindeer would have never grown up.
No, and that's correct.
Well,
People should be ridiculed mercilessly unless they are entirely useful to the collective.
We should get to ridicule people mercilessly. Third-dimensional beings shouldn't ridicule each other. They're all equally worse than us.
You're right. We need to unionize together as upper dimensional beings who hate lower dimensional beings, and then completely instrumentalize all of them.
The three of you got it right. The answer is Montgomery Ward. Rudolph originally appeared in a coloring book released by Montgomery Ward because they realized that it was cheaper to make their own books rather than release other people's books. Rudolph creator Robert L. May initially considered naming him Rollo the Red-Nosed Reindeer or Reginald the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Trickle down dimensions.
Look, a rising tide lifts all dimensions.
Exactly, the Argyle. We're going to work together as upper dimensional beings to instrumentalize everyone lower than us for our entertainment.
Oh, I could light the hell out of his sleigh that night. I don't care how foggy it is.
But he wouldn't, because Santa's all about bringing joy to the world.
Oh, I would just sabotage Santa Claus and replace all his toys with destructive devices. Ooh, you really are more of a Catholic Christmas guy.
Putting the reason for the season.
Indeed. Let's go to the leaderboard and see which three of you got the correct answer at Montgomery Ward. Jingle Walk Run increases their lead in first. But Hewlett Days has a streak with 3 correct answers in a row. The rest of the leaderboard didn't move an iota.
No iota.
Here's the original book, by the way.
Oh, how cute.
The cute little goofy Rudolph.
Look at that little goof. Yeah, y'all are not making Mike work. Do you know what Mike came up to me? He said, Intern Christy, would you like a sip of this limited edition Christmas margarita mix? And let me tell you, it was bright red. And that is disgusting. He is sitting and eating it right now, just sipping it on his lawn chair, because you all are not making him work.
Yeah, it is a bit of a reindeer-giraffe hybrid. This really should have been at Toys R Us. Oh, no, this is clarifying. Cultured Catholic. Haven't stepped into a church in years. I'll say this. Not all of these are widely known with Protestants either. Some of these are pretty deep cuts because interesting Christmas trivia can be tricky to find. Let's go to the next question. It's popular in Japan to eat at which U.S.-based chain on Christmas Day? Jack in the Box, KFC, McDonald's, or Pizza Hut?
What would your traditional holiday meal be?
Nothing. It's gross to third-dimensional matter.
It's true.
It would be destroying cans of coffee, cola, LaCroix.
I like the taste of disappointment.
10 of you knew it. It was KFC, which is disappointing. But in 1974, they launched the first Kentucky for Christmas campaign, selling a bucket of KFC's famous fried chicken along with a bottle of wine, and suggesting it be used for a Christmas party. And as of 2019, an estimated 3.6 million people in Japan order KFC for Christmas.
Wow.
Let's see who got that answer finger licking right by going to the leaderboard. All 5 of our leaderboard.
It's made of the broken
Steven, stop spreading lies about me. This is the most scurrilous lie you've spread about me since you said I heart farts and I don't.
Yeah, boo!
Boo you, Steven. Boo you, bah humbug, I say to you. Oh, interesting.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty neat. Yeah, I like the sound of that.
That was for intern Mike not working.
Oh, yeah, I see. That's
okay.
also
he
fair.
He also deserves boos.
Well, let's see if he works after our next question. Which country's Christmas nativity scenes include a pooping figure? Italy, Spain, Poland, or Russia, where are they dropping a deuce after Mary dropped the Lord in that manger?
Raise a glass to Fluval. I like that. Right? I want one too.
You want a glass of fishnog?
No, I want pooping figures.
Oh, well, the answer is Spain. 3 of you knew it. The figure's name, El Caganer, is translated as the pooper. Tradition, yeah, you better believe there's a mind palace coming. Traditionally, the figurine is depicted as a peasant wearing the traditional Catalan red cap and with his trousers down, showing a bare backside and defecating. After this leaderboard, we're going to see some modern pop culture influenced versions of the figure. That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point. I mean, which shows an explicit pooping figure rather than an only implied pooping figures, because also barn animals just sort of poop wherever they are. But let's go to the leaderboard. Trojan come inside, appropriately reaching number 2 on the leaderboard in this pooping question. Let's take a look. Here they go.
My.
Mamma mia.
I like Golem.
Yeah, Gollum and Mario pooping.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Poop.
Oh no. Oh geez. Yes, these are the 2 most important holiday figures.
Yeah, they should be to everyone, only like the most devout.
I do love Mario's face.
He does look a little concerned.
He looks shocked at what is happening, and meanwhile, Gollum looks proud.
He does look proud.
So do we want to go into a mind palace to look at more of these, or do we want to go on to our next question?
This does work all year round.
Oh, they certainly do. These are all year-round decor for any nice house. Okay, next question, please. Here we go. This is another multi-select, everybody. There are Sonic ones, by the way. But which of these are real songs from the Star Wars Christmas album, Christmas in the Stars? Christmas in a Galaxy Far, Far Away. R2-D2, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. The Odds Against Christmas. And what can you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a comb?
As if he wouldn't just want other things. Like, they couldn't think of anything the Wookiee wants besides something related to their, like, physicality.
Well, but you got the first one wrong, because they're all real except for Christmas in a Galaxy Far, Far Away.
That's right.
Fun fact.
Trixie! You're being Trixie.
I'm being real Trixie. Also, I have a Fluval's fact fractal for you. I have a Fluval's fact fractal for you. Where's my sound drop?
I'm sorry.
Thank you. R2-D2, We Wish You a Merry Christmas also features the recorded singing debut of John Bon Jovi. Oh. That was the first time John Bon Jovi had been featured on a recorded track as a singer.
Wow. That was a great fractal.
Sure was, as is our leaderboard. Where Stephen Premel's in second. Horde Jedi Real
big shake
in
up.
third. Is this the real Horde Jedi?
No, I kind of don't trust it.
I don't trust it either.
I just don't trust it.
Speaking of things that may not be what they appear to be, let's go to our next question. In 2018, what percent of Christmas trees in U.S. households were artificial? 5%, 32%, 82%, or 100%, there has never been a real Christmas tree.
Never.
This
is a Trixie question.
This is a real...
Because in some dimensions, there are actually no trees.
Right, but it's the correct answer for your dimension.
Yeah, plant life is just hair.
7 of you knew it. It's 82%, according to the American Christmas Tree Association. And I got another fact fractal for you, hot off that question. They also reported that 77% of American households celebrated by buying a Christmas tree in 2018. Who
That's
compiles them? Again, it's the American Christmas Tree Association.
This is the original meaning of the season.
Now, you can't deny the ACTA.
You cannot deny it.
The ACTA.
I don't know what the ACTA is.
It's the American Christmas Tree Association and their leader, Dr. Octopus, who has 8 Christmas trees in his house all year round. You're right. Santa would be the best, like, census taker equivalent when it comes to the Christmas tree.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I think it's a great point.
That's a good point.
But now 7 of you got it right.
Put more work on his plate.
And on
He's
intern
really
Mike's.
lazy. He only works 1 day a year. Are you kidding me?
Despite 5 of you getting it incorrect, intern Mike didn't have to do a lot of work that time.
I blame all of you. That's right. When BBBBR. Boo, Mike. Boo.
You better believe I do. Not on me right now, but I do have one.
No, they got lost. We accidentally held them up to a mirror, and they did like a sort of, and then they like you know that little like pop noise, like.
Oh, also, so Stephen Premmel pointed out that Christians stole bringing pine branches inside from the pagans.
That's the noise it made. That's the noise. That's the noise.
But what Stephen Premmel said is actually the subject of our next question.
Oh.
Which Roman holiday is the source of many of the traditions we currently associate with Christmas? Is it Augustalia, Fornicalia, Saturnalia, or Terminalia?
I'm so glad that Argyle's phone has restarted, and therefore all of their points are now gone. And I am just living for your suffering.
Yeah, I love that little bit of extra suffering.
I'm so glad that you're suffering. You could have won, and now you're definitely not going to win. Yes, your suffering is like an early Christmas present. Thank you so much.
Well, guess what? A bunch of you got it right. 10 of you, in fact.
You say.
Oh, Fornicalia is real, and I'll go to the fact fractal about that next. But the answer is, in this case, is Saturnalia. Christmas traditions with Saturnalian roots include decorating your home with greenery, taking a day off work, and giving presents. Saturnalia was celebrated from December 17th to December 23rd.
And sometimes... Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just
going to take a look now at Fornicalia.
Okay.
Here we go.
Are we in the fact fractal?
We're in my mind palace. The Fornicalia was an ancient Roman religious festival celebrated in honor of the god Fornax, a divine personification of the oven, and was related to the proper baking of bread.
Oh.
Ovid wrote that the oven was made a goddess.
El Fornaio, the oven.
Yeah.
That's the Italian word.
Ovid wrote that the oven was made a goddess, Fornax. The farmers pleased with her.
Was also not expecting bread.
That's why it was put there. The farmers, pleased with her, prayed she'd regulate the grain's heat. It was held in early February, and everyone brought grain to be toasted in the meeting hall and sacrificed to ensure bread in the household ovens wouldn't be burned in the following year. And the last day of this festival was jokingly nicknamed the Feast of Fools. The Feast of Fools is a pretty great name if you ask me. And yeah, exactly. This is when George Costanza got the idea to combine sex with food.
Yep.
That distorted his ability to experience pleasure. But why don't we go to that? That does sound like something that planet should celebrate. But I'll tell you got it right.
First.
So I don't think it will be not a change on the leaderboard. I think intern Mike probably doesn't have a lot of work, but let's take a look and see. Christmas and Ebenezer Fadson have joined the leaderboard, so there was some work, and now Horde Jedi really has the highest answer streak.
I just don't trust that
3
that's
in a
the real
row.
Horde Jedi.
I don't either. Horde has been awfully quiet in the chat.
I just don't feel like they're true. I don't feel like that's the true Horde Jedi.
I don't either. Maybe Horde Sith, but not the real Horde Jedi.
Yeah.
Why don't we just go on to our next question and see if that gives us the answers we seek? Which of these is not a real Hallmark Christmas movie? Christmas Time in Christmas Town, Engaging Father Christmas, Journey Back to Christmas, or With Love, Christmas? Which of these is not a real Hallmark Christmas movie? I repeat, not One of you got it right. It's Christmas time in Christmas Town.
Right? They're all just equally ridiculous.
The others are all real. And after the leaderboard, we're going to see the posters for all of those other movies. Mary Stepmiss rose pretty far up to 4th place with 3 correct answers in a row. Right. That's why it's Trixie. Here are legions of generically white people in Engaging Father Christmas, Journey Back to Christmas, and With Love, Christmas. Christmas Town is a real one, but Christmas Time in Christmas Town is not.
Well, you see, Engaging Father Christmas has a brunette.
Oh, and Engaging Father Christmas is part of a series of Hallmark films.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does he get engaged to a new person every
It's
time?
part of the epic A Family for the Holidays saga.
Ooh, not terrible.
It's the sequel to Finding Father Christmas, of course.
They all do look like clones of Kirk.
And then the sequel is... And then there's also Marrying Father Christmas, which is a sequel to Engaging Father Christmas.
Is this like
here we go.
Santa Claus?
No, it's
where,
sorry.
like, you have
It's
to get married to a Santa?
We're fractaling this thing. It's the Father Christmas film series. Sorry, we're mind palacing this thing, I should say. Here we go. Goodbye, Studio Cat.
Studio Cat.
Studio Cat's off to watch the Father Christmas film series on Hallmark. The Father Christmas film series is an American-Canadian trilogy starring Aaron Krakow and Neil Matter, based on the novels of Robin Jones Gunn. And they follow the story of Miranda Chester as she visits the town of Carlton Heath, Vermont, in search of the truth about her parentage.
Ooh.
The truth, of course, is her parents sold her to protect her. Whilst there, she meets and falls in love with local lawyer/hotelier Ian McKendrick. And there's Finding Father Christmas, Engaging Father Christmas, Marrying Father Christmas, and of course, the sequel which has been disowned, Rise of Father Christmas. It was originally based in England in the novel, but now it's in Vermont. And that's it. They just meet and they fall in love. Here we go. Orphaned at a young age, Miranda Chester never knew her father. An unexpected discovery among her mother's belongings leads her to a clue to her father's identity in the form of an old photograph. Determined to discover more about her past, Miranda sets off to the photo's location.
It's
a small
just
town
a
in
mall
Vermont.
Santa picture with like a fully grown adult woman like sitting on Santa's lap.
There she meets Ian, who endeavors to assist her in her quiet attempts to uncover the truth. Why are they quiet?
Is something dangerous going on? Was
Probably.
he like killed by Rudolph?
Oh, Rudolph.
Is this a cover-up?
The welcoming town, her growing romance with Ian, and the possibility of impacting the lives of others, as well as herself, will leave Miranda with difficult choices to make as she begins to learn more. And then she returns in the second one. And she gets welcomed with open arms. But we want to keep her parentage secret. And
That
she
sounds really cool.
embraces the traditional Christmas she never had as a child, alongside the prospect of a forthcoming proposal from Ian, which is kind of spoiled in Engaging Father Christmas being the name of the movie.
A welcome home Christmas. Sorry.
Oh, also Hallmark has, as of now, as of 2017, I should say, has made 136 Christmas movies. Hallmark Channel original films.
Oh my. That's a lot of Christmas movies. How many plots can you fit into Christmas? This is my question.
I just want the Christmas ones. This is all of
How
them.
many business women are going to have to go back to their small hometowns based on MacGuffin-esque reasons in order to meet their true love?
There's a very merry mix-up as well.
Infinite plots.
I'm not
Christmas
ready
is
for
fine.
Christmas. Oh, here's another great name. It's Christmas Carol.
It's Christmas, Carol. Ooh.
I just like it. It's Christmas Carol, the Christmas card, the Christmas choir.
Christmas Carol.
Christmas in Canaan.
Christmas in Canaan.
Yeah. And I'm not talking about the Jedi.
That sounds like a...
Christmas at Cartwright's, the Christmas ornament. Christmas on Honeysuckle Lane. A Christmas visitor. Crown for Christmas.
That is more than animated Disney films.
A boyfriend for Christmas. A Bramble House Christmas. A Carol Christmas. Catch a Christmas Star. Father Christmas, the film series, as we mentioned. 5-star Christmas. A grandpa for Christmas?
I'm intern Christy.
A heavenly Christmas. I'm not ready for Christmas. It's Christmas Carol. Loves Christmas Journey.
I'm Christy.
A princess for Christmas. A royal Christmas. Trading Christmas? I wonder what they're... Oh, Tom Cavanaugh's in Trading Christmas.
Hi, Henry.
Hi, Henry. Thank you again for your art in the intro video.
Yes.
We just took a look at the Hallmark Christmas movies, which feature the legion of generically white people, some of whom you can once again see here in Engaging Father Christmas, Journey Back to Christmas, and With Love, Christmas. And of course, you and everyone watching who hasn't started playing yet can go to Kahoot.it or use the Kahoot app and enter room code 7610903. I love that idea. Things from the void. I love that
fits
idea.
right in with this history of this town.
Yeah, Santa Claus Christmas. I think Santa Claus Christmas. Santa Claus Christmas should also be a Hallmark movie.
Yeah. It is a genius idea.
Yeah. And so, I think Hallmark is a pretty iconic American Christmas tradition, but now we're going to Catholic Austria.
Ooh.
And who is the traditional gift bringer in Catholic Austria? This might be right up your alley.
It may be.
Is it the Christ Child, Krampus, Santa Claus, or the Yule Cat?
The Christ Child himself. The Child Christ.
That's right, it's God's favorite carpenter from Nazareth. It's the Christ Child. Ba, 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 ba.
Guess with your heart. What does your heart tell you, Blogtoven? Does it tell you that it's Krampus?
While you're perusing
Or
a
the
Christmas
Christ Child.
While you're perusing a Christmas market in Austria, who would bring you gifts? Is it the Christ Child, Krampus, Santa Claus, or the Yule Cat? Time is running out. Those of you who haven't locked in your answers, you gotta do it now in 9, 8. It's the Christ Child.
It's the Christ
Four of you got it right.
Child.
The answer is the Christ Child, aka the Christkind. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Christkind after we look at our leaderboard to see who's getting a good place for Christmas. Mary Stepmas, sure is Mary Stepmas. You're now in third, and you have a streak with 4 correct answers in a row. So fun fact, despite what I said earlier, the Christmas is not Jesus, it's this angel who is definitely not haunted. Beginning in the 16th century, the Lutheran Church promoted Christ as the children's gift giver as an early, hoping to draw attention to the child for whom Christmas was named. And the tradition of lecturing people to remember that Christmas is all about Jesus is, of course, a hallowed Protestant tradition that remains true to this very day. Despite this, over time, the tradition evolved away from Jesus being the actual Christ child who brings you things to a blonde-haired angel who is called the Christkind because she shares so many qualities with Jesus.
Are they a dyad in the Force?
They're a dyad in the Force. Jesus and the Christkind.
That's the least haunted looking doll I've ever seen.
Yeah, not in the Immaculate Connor way, exactly. Similar to the Immaculate Conception, but not in the Immaculate Connor way of having dead eyes. Let's look away from the Christ child if you can break its gaze to go to our next question. Question number 16. True or false, in 1974, some Santas broke into a Copenhagen department store and gave away the store's books for free. Did Santas liberate the means of education or not? True or false? Oh, 11 of you know it. That's true. It's been going around about TikTok recently. And we're going to go to the leaderboard first. And then we're going to learn a bit more about these Santa Clauses. It was part of a 4-day protest by the Danish anarchist group Solvingen. On the first day, they held a benign parade. On the second day, they broke into a General Motors factory and made speeches about Denmark's unemployment crisis. And then on the fourth day, they snuck into the department store Magazine, and they gave away all those books.
They just did they take like pick them up, take them out of the store, and then start handing them to people?
No.
Just in the store, they're like, here, take this and run.
In the store, they were like, take these books, they're free. And they're all dressed as Santa Claus, so all the people there are just like, oh, this must just be a weird promotion that the store's doing.
Oh my goodness. They don't even know that they're stealing.
No, they have no idea. And here's a fact fractal
check out
for
that
you.
octopus in
we're
the
gonna go back to that? Okay. Now look at that cool octopus.
Blake Sprutton.
1974. But we've also got a fact fractal for you about this. The group also produced a book called When Santa Claus Came to Town with Solvingen, which both provided an account of their protest and outlined the fictional backstory behind the protest, where Santa Clauses were invited to visit Copenhagen from the North Pole and then were shocked to see all the poverty, so just started giving things away. Anyway, that's our fractal. Just kidding, we have another one on this same question. A Mother Jones article about that protest was also the inspiration for SantaCon. That's it.
That was great, Fluval.
Originally, it was supposed to be
miracle.
all about showing Santas doing things you don't expect Santas to do. And then over time, it just became, let's get drunk and annoy people going about their day. Which admittedly isn't something you expect Santa Claus to do.
I just want it to go back to its roots of stealing from department stores.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And here's another fact fractal for you. I know SantaCon is big in New York now, but if you're wondering which city you can blame for SantaCon, it's San Francisco. The Cacophony Society of San Francisco created SantaCon, so it is the city by the bay's fault, not the Big Apple.
That's so San Francisco.
Yeah,
though,
isn't
to take
it?
something that started as like a leftist revolt and turn it into a drinking game.
Yeah, that's big San Francisco energy. So hard. You know where else you can drink alcohol?
Where?
In Catholic churches, when you can get wine and communion. The Catholic churches are also the subject of our next question. Which of these is a Catholic Church-approved relic of St. Nicholas that can still be seen today? A cure-all rose-scented liquid leaking from his bones, his hair and fingernail clippings, his severed head on a silver plate, or a vial of his blood, whose liquefaction acts as a portent of world events. Seen here is Santa Claus. Are his bones, hair and fingernail clippings, severed head, or blood a relic that you can still see?
And perhaps purchase something
from that is a Catholic Church approved relic. Why do you think it might be triangle?
Why do you think it might be triangle?
That's a question only you can answer. Perhaps it's because it's red, much like Santa Claus's suit.
Liquid leaking from his...
Or maybe because it's the correct answer.
Yes!
His answer is the cure-all, which is called mana. And even up to the... Actually, we're going to go to the leaderboard, and then we're going to take a look at all these relics. No one on the leaderboard got it right, but two of you did, so you will remain a mystery to me. Oh, Blogtoven got it. Congratulations, Blogtoven.
Congratulations, Blogtoven. I'm just really excited for you all to learn about...
Here's a flask of Santa's bone juice. Even up to the present day, a flask of mana is extracted from the tomb of St. Nicholas every year on December 6th, which is the saint's feast day, by the clergy of the basilica. The church claims that his bones always leak mana. However, only his bones in Bari, which is where that cathedral is, leak. And Bari is coincidentally also below sea level, meaning that it might just be simple condensation that they're collecting.
I think it's mana.
Ew, gross. Now you got a stew going.
I also think that they should definitely be charging people money for this as a cure-all, which is what they're doing.
These are all so metal things from the
These are
void.
metal as hell.
Up next. What's up next? Oh, it's the blood of St. Januarius. St. Januarius is the patron saint of Naples, and his blood has been in a cathedral since the 14th century. It's claimed that it usually turns to liquid 3 times a year. On September 19th, which is his day, December 16th, the day of Naples Archdiocese, and the memorial day of his relic reunification. But when it remains solid, as it did in 2021, that's seen as a bad omen. Yes, this was
2021
this
picture.
is 2021, and oh no, it's solid.
It's a soup.
So that's a bad omen for all of you entering 2022. Thankfully, our studio is outside of time and space, so we'll be fine. Blood is soup and blood is egg. And you know what's the egg of the human body?
You have to sell it to protect it.
You have to sell it to protect it.
It's so metal.
It's also a pudding. That's a good point, Single Walk Run.
The most metal pudding.
You know what else is metal?
What?
This skull. Which is one of 4 locations that claim to have the head of St. John the Baptist. One is a mosque in Syria, which is built upon the site where his head is. One is a church in Rome, one is a cathedral in France, and one is a museum in Germany. I think it's this one just because it looks dope as hell.
I actually have like a suspicion. I do suspect that John the Baptist was like the Hydra. When you cut off one head, 2 more grew in its place.
This also looks like the Emperor of Man in Warhammer 40,000. But yeah, it could be like a Hydra. I like the sound of that. But yeah, here's a skull. And then, of course, you've heard of gamer bathwater, but have you heard of sainted hair and fingernail clippings? Here's the hair of St. Clair, who had famously long and beautiful hair that she cut off to get rid of her vanity. And it was collected by an unknown follower and is displayed now at the Church of St. Clair, along with her fingernail clippings. Somehow, John the Baptist returned. I also loved when John the Baptist appeared in Fortnite to proclaim the good news. Somehow, the Christ returned. I just realized that if Easter had an opening crawl, it would just begin. The tomb is empty. Somehow he has arisen.
I'm Christy. I am intern Christy.
We know you are intern.
Like a Star Wars John the Baptist mashup. There are a lot of pieces of human people just around.
I already referenced it. I didn't realize Gamer Girl Bathwater had such a long historical precedent.
It really did.
Like, it really is no different than all of these things. But you know, Krampus is just so cool. I love Krampus.
Yeah, Krampus is really
Krampus
cool.
is, I think, the Christmas icon most up my alley, and I would love to see a reliquary that has like Krampus's hooves.
Ooh.
Or Krampus's hair. Maybe this is Krampus's hair. I choose to believe this is the hair of Krampus.
Somehow he is risen.
There's gotta be some like Star Wars Christian podcast that has that, right?
Sweet gold chalices, right? They're pretty fucking cool.
Chalices are real cool. I like the gold. Reminds me of our station's exterior.
It absolutely gets me in the worship mode. That's why Fluval is so gloriously outfitted.
I'm glorious.
Yes.
You know what else is glorious? Just like our quiz, and our quiz includes the next question. Question 18. Between 1934 and 1938, Austrian fascists banned which Christmas icon because they were a symbol of, quote, sin, anti-Christian ideals, and social democrats? Was that Ebenezer Scrooge, Krampus, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or Santa Claus, Mr. Bone Juice himself?
We definitely support altar servers. Here, we have a lot of servers.
Oh yeah, our servers
in our studio. We have a lot of servers. It's like a computer things, and we do need altars for them because they do operate through worship.
Also, a lot of our servers have votive candles all over them. But if you got it right, it was Krampus.
Why we keep needing new ones?
That could easily be related. Intern wear and tear. But,
we're gonna be picking you up to force you into working for us. Making an altar server rack.
If you do, send us a photo on Twitter at RF Multiverse or on Instagram at Radio Free Multiverse. And Yeah, so the answer is Krampus. A newspaper of the Austrian Catholic Union called for a Krampus boycott, and the city government of Lienz, East Tyrol, prohibited Krampus dances and promised to arrest any Krampuses they found.
Which means that Krampus is actually an anti-fascist icon.
That's a good point.
Krampus, the first member of Antifa. Hell yeah.
No!
Because you're already famous.
I am already famous. I don't need to buy your followers or primes.
You should pay us
or
to follow
viewers.
us.
But I have a fact fractal for you.
Noobs.
By the way.
Noobs.
This banning wasn't the end of Austria's war with Krampus. In 1953, the head of Vienna's kindergarten system issued a pamphlet called Krampus is an Evil Man to warn parents against celebrating the hooved Christmas icon.
Because they want your children indoctrinated into fascism, okay?
Also because they just don't like his vibes.
Yeah, we're a very strict anti-fascist system here in the Grand Aquarium Empire Network.
Also,
we are a strict dictatorship.
Stephen Premmel pointing out, Krampus isn't a man.
Yeah.
Krampus is an evil goat deity.
They don't have a gender.
Krampus is half
Things
goat,
that
half
aren't
Kringle.
human don't have human genders.
It's true. Yeah, Krampus, half goat, half Kringle.
Yes.
All punishment.
I'm Christy. Hi, I'm intern Christy.
Bath Krampus. Bath Krampus.
Bath Krampus.
Bath Krampus. I bet Krampus and Baphomet hang out a lot. Probably.
They do. They probably do. They hang out on weekends. They have like a really cool Insta and like.
Okay, well, they'll argue that in offline intern crew. Intern
I'm
K
Christy.
Rule. Let's go to our
Yeah,
leaderboard.
Christy.
Where Horde Jedi Real back up to third. But the rest of the leaderboard pretty stagnant on that one.
Cramp 'em off. That's what it is.
Cramp 'em off.
That's what you got it. You got it locked up in.
But you know, the Argyle doesn't want to spoil a certain movie, but that's interesting because our next question is also about movies. Here we go. As of 2021, what is the highest grossing Christmas movie? Is that Elf, Home Alone, The Grinch, and that's the 2018 remake with Benedict Cumberbatch, or The Polar Express with 6 Tom Hankses? And, of course, Hot Chocolate. But which of these is the highest grossing Christmas movie as of 2021? Oh no, if it's D, I will be so upset, you guys. I'll only spoil the answer to this question. Shit, I might have picked Rognan.
Good. I would like
is
to
not the correct answer.
consume your pain and your insecurity. It's so delicious.
Yeah, one of you got it right. It's 2018 CGI Grinch remake.
The remake of the remake?
This CGI animated version of the Grinch with Benedict Cumberbatch as the Grinch. What the Whoville?
What?
We're gonna do a Mind Palace, obviously.
I really would have thought that. Well, highest
What would you have
Christmas
thought?
movie.
What would you have thought?
You know, my brain goes to Home Alone, but then it has
Well-
to be the Grinch because things are so the movies are grossing higher in general.
But Home Alone was a good answer because Home Alone was the highest grossing Christmas film for 28 years before the Grinch dethroned it.
Oh, that's funny. You're like, the Grinch is the most popular person because they are.
But yeah, prior to the Grinch, it was the highest grossing Christmas film of all time. I don't believe that is... I'm pretty sure that's not corrected for inflation, Redactron, yeah. But see, here it is. The Grinch grossed $511 million. Home Alone, $476 million. Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas is in third.
Oh.
So the Grinch is first and third. And then Robert Zemeckis' A Christmas Carol is in fourth. The Polar Express in fifth. Elf in sixth. The Holiday, the rom-com with Jack Black, in seventh. I hope Poor Jedi is here for this Jack Black love. In eighth is The Santa Claus. In 9, The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. Do any of you remember that?
The Nutcracker and the Four Realms.
Yeah, do you remember when that came out? That Disney CGI epic story based on the Nutcracker?
What?
Yeah. Morgan Freeman plays someone who looks like a pirate. Let's go to the plot of
What
this.
are the Four Realms?
On Christmas Eve in Victorian London, Benjamin Stahlbaum gives his children Louise, Clara, and Fritz the presents his wife Marie had set aside for them before she died. Clara gets an egg-shaped box which she's able to unlock. What?
4 realms in this economy.
Here we go. The realms are the Sugar Plum Fairy of the land of sweets, Shiver of the land of snowflakes, and Hawthorn of the land of flowers. They tell Clara they are at war with the land of amusements, which they refer to as the 4th realm.
What? Why don't they like amusements?
The Sugar Plum Fairy explains that Marie created this world as a young girl and that she animated everyone with a machine that can turn toys into real people. Sugar Plum says this machine can be used to defend the 3 realms against Mother Ginger.
Wait. So as a child, Marie created
their dead mom.
life.
Yes, their dead mom created life.
Created non-human life.
Yeah,
godlike.
She turned inanimate objects into living beings.
Created a world for them to live in. Died, and now her children. What is this? Steven Universe?
It's also the Bible.
Will queer love save the day in this one?
Mackenzie Foy was Princess Clara, a young girl who travels to the 4 realms searching for a key to a gift from her late mother. Keira Knightley was the Sugar Plum Fairy, the regent of the land of sweets. And Morgan Freeman was Drosselmeyer, Clara's godfather, a skilled engineer who gives her a magical gift that once belonged to her mother.
Once again, I don't feel like queer love is going to save the day. I feel like they're going to try and tell us that straight love saves the day, and straight love has saved no days.
Well, Prince played Jingles the horse.
Aren't we all Crystal Gems?
I choose to, so I know that this is probably a horse named Prince, but I choose to believe that Prince's spirit played Jingles the horse. And Richard E. Grant is Shiver, regent of the land of snowflakes.
Shiver regent?
Shiver, regent of the land of snowflakes. His name is Shiver, and he is regent of the land of snowflakes. And again,
who is the ruler that they're regenting for?
Who is the ruler of the land of snowflakes?
Yeah. Or did they just not know that regent means stand in for someone else and not just another word for sovereign? What?
No. Yeah, they're all ruling. Oh, Matthew McFadden from Pride and Prejudice and Succession? Sure looks like it, yeah. Yeah, it's the guy from Succession who is in this movie and plays Benjamin Stahlbaum, Clara's father, and a widower following the death of his wife, Marie. And again, this movie that doesn't exist is the 9th highest grossing Christmas movie of all time.
Makes sense.
Santa Claus is the highest grossing film series.
Well, there's a lot of those.
There's 4. There's only 4. But let's go to our leaderboard while the cat attacks intern Kringle.
Fluval, your glory can't be observed. Okay, now your glory
I moved,
is observed.
it's fine.
Good.
Why are you doing
move
this?
Out of the way of the studio cat's
Yes, you can.
anger. Well, then I will block your glory.
Well, I'll move.
Look, he patted me on the shoulder.
Fine, then
like
I'll
he
do
wanted
this.
to
This
talk
is
to
now
me.
you can move. This solves the problem entirely. No, here we go. Our leaderboard, where everyone, or one of you got it right. Who was it? Who was that? Who in Whoville got that answer right? Jeff Zapdos, who was the highest climber, up 3 places. And that was our penultimate question. And it's funny that the Santa Claus came up because the Santa Claus is actually the subject of our final question.
Stay tuned for next week.
In the Santa Claus, Tim Allen's character killed Santa and took his power. What is Tim Allen's character's name? Sam Collins, Scott Calvin, Simon Carter, or Steve Cooper?
That's how things work in the Grand Aquarium Empire also. I killed Fluval's previous intern
Absolutely.
and took their place.
Absolutely is. Totally know this. Thank you. Blank check with Griffin and David, I suppose. Yep, blank check also for 1 BBBR.
Wait, Griffin the salmon guy?
And the salmon guy and David Sims from New York City.
Oh.
Fluv's my guy. You gotta dig deeper.
Deeper. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, Stephen Prummel? What do you mean?
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 David Sims from Planet New York.
He's only a goldfish. He can't, you know,
deeper into the claws.
Intense pressure.
Fine. Who did Martin Short play in a Santa Claus sequel? Answer in the chat for no points. Who was... yes, you got it right. You got it right. Step on me hair and got it right. He was Jack Frost in Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. Anyway, yeah, 80, you got it right. It's Scott Calvin. He becomes Santa after he accidentally kills the jolly old elf. He takes on Santa's duties and powers, and in a Cronenbergian twist, his body slowly transforms into that of his victim. Also, since I brought up Martin Short,
he's then competed into, like, he's forced into a het marriage.
He's already in a het marriage before he becomes the Santa Claus.
Well, so he's still forced into one afterwards.
It sure is, Stephen Premmel. He actually ditches his family entirely in the sequels. Oh yeah, he's divorced.
Yeah, he's divorced, so
You're
he
right,
could
and then
just
he meets
be
someone else.
Bisexual and have prefer.
Well,
I don't
he
know.
ends up
Queer
just-
love saves the world.
Yeah, he has to find a wife in 2. You're right.
Yeah, he's forced to find a wife specifically.
Also, this is the poster.
Yeah, or a mixed clause.
This is the poster for Santa Claus 3, which as you'll note, Santa Claus and Jack Frost get higher billing than Tim Allen or Martin Short.
Queer love saves the world. And is the only option to set up reality to a point where the discomfort and suffering that we can then extract from it will be its most delicious. You do realize that the most delicious suffering is that which comes after your entire hierarchy of needs are met.
That's true. That's
It's just this
empirically true.
gorgeous ennui, this existential angst, and that is the kind that is like the tastiest.
Speaking of
And
existential angst, let's go to the podium and see who wins tonight's game. In third place, with 11 out of 20 correct, Horde Jedi Real. In second place, with 9 out of 20 correct, it's Stephen Premmel. And in first place, with 11 out of 20 correct, it is Jingle Walk, Run Away With It. In fourth and fifth, it's Mary Stepmiss and Ebenezer.
yeah!
Those multi-selects really did help.
Yeah!
Bah humbug.
Bah humbug! Should we give them their gift, Fluval?
Absolutely, we should. As I hope I get my present soon.
That's true.
Let me go look. Let me go take a look and see if I see Jeff Bezos anywhere. Jeffy Claus.
You know, you've been staying up to see if Jeffy Claus will bring you a present, but I haven't seen him.
I don't see him anywhere either.
It's, you know, it's disconcerting.
It sure is. I would hope that he'd be here. I've been so good this year. What was that?
What is that? What is that strange noise? There it is again!
It's the greatest gift of all. Praise of me, Fluval, Grand Trivia Master of the Grand Aquarium Empire. It's everything I've ever asked for. Let's hear it again. One more time. I love it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Anyway, let's... now that I've received such a glorious prize, let's give the audience their prize. We just destroyed North Pole Earth. Goodbye, North Pole Earth, the only planet where it's all one North Pole. Fluval. Ooh, it's so beautiful. Let's do it again. More odes to me, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you, intern. Fluval. Fluval. Thank you, Head Cheese 126. Also, Henry, yay. North Pole Earth, it doesn't work. Compasses don't work there. That's your
I also want
question.
to thank all of the interns that are helping get my name mentioned during meetings, important network meetings.
Absolutely. Thank
Beautiful
you all.
art. Thank you to Lindsay Premel. Thank you to Stephen Premel. Thank you to Head Cheese Henry. Thank you to Jigglypuff and Stuff Isaiah.
Thank you to Single Walk Run.
Thank you, Single Walk Run.
Thank you, Head Cheese Henry, which you already said, I think.
Horde Jedi.
Thank you, Horde Jedi. And thank you, Intern Forrest, for doing your job.
Thank you, Intern Forrest, the sentient group of trees.
Be sure to join us next week for New Year's, because we'll be doing a New Year's show next week, of course.
I just can't get over how great this gift from Jeff Bezos was.
It's a great gift. Jeffy B got me exactly what I wanted. And thank you, Intern Riley Soliner, for making our theme song.
Yeah, he was definitely here. That was the can that we left out for his seasonal workers to piss in.
Oh. Well, we'll end the show so you can take care of that intern spit take. So join us next week for a New Year's special. We'll see you then. We have your coordinates.